a food bank pioneer in Taiwan, aims to provide supplies to people in need. Chicago Tzu Chi volunteers distribute cash cards to help tornado-affected residents. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Hu Chiao. Thank you for joining us. Food Bank Chairman Fang Hesheng is a pioneer in driving food banks in Taiwan. He often goes to many places across the nation to share his food bank experience to communities, hoping to end hunger in Taiwan. Recently, Tzu Chi provided his association with 400 care packages, as these packages will be sent to impoverished families.
总共是400箱的安心生活箱。
这些都是昨天大家一起拿的。
对，就是昨天我们的同仁还有少数几位志工一起打包的，我就放着给你哦。好的。
Starting from Xingdian Jingsi Hall, where do these packages go? $400 care packages takes great effort to unload from the truck, as volunteers are sweaty, trying to get the supplies into the food bank. As a recipient of the care packages, the food bank's chairman, Fang Hesheng, drove to the food bank to greet volunteers. Though the food bank was completed and organized last year, hidden behind the newly painted walls are stories from the past.
This used to be a dormitory for veteran soldiers, but as more veteran soldiers left, this place turned barren. So we thought of building a food bank here.
Fang Hesheng is a pioneer in food banks of Taiwan. He knows that everyone needs to eat, therefore he connected food banks all across Taiwan, a total of 60 food banks, yet his goal is far from this.
My personality is like this. If your community wants to learn from me, I will visit you in person, then you will visit me. I will let you know how I do my work, and then I will go to your community to teach you.
In Fang Hesheng's plan, he plans to set up a variety of food banks across Taiwan. He even travels to different places in order to share his experience. This food bank here is designed like a flagship store. Fang Hesheng hopes that families in need may take whatever they need here.
In the mountainous regions of Liuzhangli, with impoverished people, they'll come into the food bank like visiting a supermarket. There will be carts and they can select items they need.
Tzu Chi's care packages will be sent to impoverished people. Due to the pandemic, many hidden societal problems are brought up to the table. Fang Hesheng points out that nowadays, it's even tougher to spot poverty in Taiwan.
So I often say that attractions and poverty in cities will only increase, and it's all up to us to help these people in need.
Actually, Fang Hesheng and Lin Jicai collaborated multiple times before, since they were neighbors since youth. Now they both match onto the road of charity, hoping to help more people in need.
Because we are volunteering partners in school, starting from this relationship, and also he's very passionate about volunteering, so we both share this wish to help others.
Gathering supplies for the food bank, Fang Hesheng's one-man team traveled across Taiwan to make sure the people have something to eat. He said that as long as poverty exists, he will keep the food bank going.
In New Taipei City, there's a family of 6 who have been diagnosed with COVID-19. Among them, the grandmother, granddaughter, grandson-in-law, and great-grandson has been hospitalized at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. The hospital arranged for them to stay in the same ward. They were eventually discharged from the hospital, and as the grandmother recovered after a month of treatment, the medical team delivered their best wishes for her.
97-year-old Grandma Yo and her granddaughter have been discharged from the isolation ward. Superintendent Zhao Youchen delivers his best wishes on behalf of the master and medical team.
I've been caring for her since she was hospitalized because she is elderly.
The family of 6 was diagnosed with COVID-19, and 4 of them have been hospitalized at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. The nurses who used to care for seniors understand the needs of Grandma Yu. When they come in, they'll ask about the conditions of my husband, my son, and I. They're very mindful in caring for the grandma.
There's a big hospital ward that can accommodate 4 patients. We do what we should do and follow our old work mode. We just continue to do what we used to do.
谢谢院长以及各位，我们的实际的那个医师、护理师，让我们很顺利的能够恢复健康。
As Grandma Yu is elderly and needs more recovery time, she has returned home after being hospitalized for a month. The family is grateful to the medical team for caring for her.
In the Philippines, Tzu Chi volunteers have provided Tzu Chi grounds as a vaccination station. Every day, about 40 medical professionals and more than 60 Tzu Chi volunteers serve the residents who come to get vaccinated. Tzu Chi Philippines chapter has provided Tzu Chi grounds as a vaccination station. In 3 days, it served about 500 people per day. Many Dharma masters have also come to get vaccinated.
Among other vaccination stations in Manila, I trust Tzu Chi grounds because it has always makes people feel at ease. Coming here, I have felt the passion of all the volunteers. They provide good services.
各个方面都很到位。Due to movement control order, we do not dare to go out because after all we are more than 60 years old. We are afraid of contracting the virus. Today I came out because I need to come to Tzu Chi to get vaccinated. I feel at ease here.
The residents feel at ease being at the spacious Tzu Chi grounds. Kitchen volunteers also provide food for the medical professionals and volunteers at work.
我们这里的水饺的菜料很多，有木耳。
We put fungus, tofu, vegetarian meat, and mushroom into the dumplings. We also add cabbage and a variety of ingredients. We hope people will enjoy eating these colorful dumplings. We hope people can return to their normal life.
疫情能够如常，这就是韩国煎饺。
Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Fang is an overseas Chinese in Korea, so all the food here is Korean vegetarian food. The variety of food is very attractive. These vegetarian food taste great. You can get a lot of nutrients from these vegetables. You might not notice these food are vegetarian because they taste as good as meat dishes. Volunteers have provided tasty food to the medical staff and volunteers at the vaccination station so they can continue to fight the pandemic. In the United States, at the end of June, a tornado struck Illinois. Since the hard-hit area is close to the Tzu Chi Chicago chapter, Tzu Chi volunteers immediately began assessing the damages. Then, they distributed cash cards and daily supplies to help tornado-affected residents. Let's join them there.
We're in our house at about 11 o'clock, and we got several alerts that there was a tornado watch, and then we got an emergency alert. We could hear the wind blowing very, very loudly.
All we had time for was I grabbed her and we hit the ground, and then the tornado went through. It was that fast.
And then when we came out, we saw that the tornado had come through and really ravaged the neighborhood.
The firemen came and made us all evacuate, and the power was still not turned on in the building.
And the hallway is completely littered with glass everywhere, and shingles and dirt and everything else.
I looked around and saw cars flipped over and roofs torn off. It was just horrible. Something I never want to go through ever again.
This time we have come to comfort the residents affected by the tornado near our Jingsi Hall. We want to calm their anxious minds and understand their current conditions.
The Tzu Chi organization has donated not only things that bring us comfort out of these beautiful recycled materials, but tea and noodles and also ways for us to give back. They've given us this donation, which makes us feel great because we want to give back to everyone who's given to us.
So, 谢谢慈济 organization. We appreciate all the help.
There was such a good feeling, and I knew it was a giving group of people that were really there to help others. I sensed that right away.
They're always willing to give and to listen to people. The Tzu Chi is one of my top picks, and they need to be at a mark. They need to be in partnership with everything that we do.
I think in the letter of the master, there's the Jingsa aphorism, we all need to be kind to each other, and hopefully with more kindness in this world, we can all have a more peaceful society as well.
Earlier in the pandemic, Taiwan was very important for the United States by delivering PPE when our country needed them desperately. And I was very proud that we recently returned the favor by shipping more than 2 million vaccines to Taiwan, who's now in need there. It's remarkable how the different countries of the world have also come together to help.
In Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur Tsing Si Hall collaborated with the government in their vaccination plan. From mid-June, volunteers work 7 days a week, and as of now, 800 people receive vaccinations per day. On July 5th, Perak State Health Department's Deputy Minister visited the Kuala Lumpur Tsing Si Hall to understand the vaccination process.
Perak State Health Department's Deputy Minister led 5 people visiting Kuala Lumpur Tsing Si Hall's vaccination center.
Actually, untuk Tzu Chi ni, this is from my pengarah, Datuk PKN. She really wanted us to look into this Tzu Chi because this is NGO's voluntarily non-profitable organization. So we see how you manage to have this setting with all the volunteers that you have to make the PPVs work in better.
If they haven't updated the risk predictions, I'll let them know before they enter the venue.
Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter is the first NGO to participate in Malaysia's national vaccination plan. Starting on July 5th, 70 volunteers and 25 medical volunteers will be providing vaccination to 800 people.
People ask a lot of NGOs about how to cooperate with the government, how to carry the vaccinations from one place to the other. Since they receive answers from us, they know more about the co-working process.
Why don't you do counseling first instead of counseling first and then go registration?
You have to make sure they are really registered. Kalau tak register, you counter banyak. This is tempat yang jam. But this one spend a lot of time.
印象最深刻的呢是你们的那个 crowd control 是非常非常的好。
I'm very impressed by your crowd control abilities. The vaccination process went smoothly, so we wanted to learn from Tzu Chi and bring the knowledge back to Ipoh. We hope to bring more NGOs into this activity.
这些 knowledge 带回去，希望我们能 engage 更多的 NGO 一起来合作。
Through teamwork, volunteers and visiting staff hope to elevate the service quality at the vaccination station, contributing to the COVID prevention effort nationwide.
As the pandemic worsened in Malaysia, many regions in the capital become high-risk regions for infection. From July 3rd, the government enforced MCO for another 2 weeks in order to stop the virus from spreading. Since the medical system in Malaysia is in great pressure, Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter collaborate with multiple religious groups, hoping to aid multiple hospitals and medical workers. As the number of COVID-confirmed cases goes up every day, Malaysia's medical system experienced a lack of medical resources. Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter collaborate with religious groups, gathering medical supplies to aid hospitals in need.
I feel that all of us need to play our role, our part, and it's not just one person or one religion or one organization. or one ministry's work, but all of us as Malaysians have to come together. So I'm very happy to be part of this.
I think perhaps this is for the first time a multi-faith, multi-racial, multi-ethnic effort that cuts across all racial barriers and religion, joining hands together to do something good for Malaysia.
This is a very crucial effort that we are all undertaking with the lead of Tzu Chi, and we have gone on a fund-raising campaign to be able to provide the hospitals some of their additional requirements.
If we work alone, it'd be hard to know what equipment a hospital needs. So if we collaborate, things will be easier to process and the distribution will be fair.
Compared to working alone, when we work together, the help and contribution that we provide will be doubled. I hope all the Buddhist groups in Selangor may come together and say that no matter the race or religion, let us all work together to help Malaysia. The funds collected are turned into medical equipment, as the aggregation of love is shown through the collaboration of different religious groups. This time our country is in danger, so to be able to collaborate and work together in order to save the medical system, this is very admirable. Mercifulness, compassion, and kindness are displayed through the good acts of religious groups. As people gather to do good deeds, let us hope that the pandemic may come to an end. Since the pandemic broke out, students have to attend online courses. Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter has initiated the e-caring program to provide computers to care recipients' children. The child has received the computer. He looks at the screen, listening to the volunteer's explanation. If we did not give him a computer, he would have to wait till his mother gets off work at night to get online with her mobile phone, but by then the online course would be over.
She often said that she cannot do her homework. She also calls her classmates to borrow a computer. She's very touched that they delivered a computer.
Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter has initiated the e-caring program to provide computers to care recipients' children. They lend and give out computers. Currently, they've distributed about 40 computers.
The screen is bigger and it's easier to use. I no longer need to watch it on a mobile phone. I could not think of a way to borrow a computer like this one. Nowadays, computers are not cheap.
Christina's children usually use a mobile phone to attend online courses. Not only is the screen too small, 3 girls also have to take turns using it.
The mobile phone screen has cracked and we have taped it. After my younger sister used it, I would log on to my online course. 3 people take turns using a mobile phone. I need to separate my online class time. One of my classes overlap with her class, that she has missed her class.
With the computer, the children can attend online classes and pursue an education.
I'm a poor person and I cannot give my children money or save up for them. I can only help them study so that they can become independent when they grow up.
Due to the pandemic, a chef on Disney Cruise has lost his job. Despite that, he decided to become a vegetarian chef. He has been teaching people to cook vegetarian food on YouTube. Many people watch his courses on YouTube and have adopted a vegetarian diet. Hi everyone. We will again cook a simple dish today. Today, we are making cabbage with turmeric powder. We can find this dish at stalls in other places. this is what we are cooking today.
Kunyit ni biasa kita boleh jumpa dekat kedai-kedai mamak dan sebagainya. So itulah yang kita nak buat hari ini.
This YouTuber chef is named Dave. Not only does he cook well, he also speaks fluent Chinese, English, Malay, and Tamil.
Sekejap. Okay, so sekarang 1 teaspoon. Okay, 1 teaspoon.
We need to add a teaspoon of spice to make it tasty, but do not overcook it. This is ready to be served. It looks beautiful. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Jumpa di video yang lain. Till then, bye-bye.
On YouTube, Dave shares ways to cook vegetarian food and cooking techniques by Malaysia's 3 ethnic groups.
I really want them to know that it's very simple to adopt a vegetarian diet.
Currently, there are 2,000 students in his online cooking class, most of them being Malays.
She shares the dishes she cooks every day. The students will film it and add subtitles, so I'm very happy to see that. During the past year, in my impression, there are more than 100 people who told me that they have embraced vegetarianism. Besides vegetarians, many people told me that they started to cook vegetarian food and they eat a lot of vegetarian food at home, although they have not turned vegetarian. There are many examples like this, more than 1,000 of them.
Dave is also a vegetarian. In 2019, he decided to change his eating habits because he watched a film about animal farms.
The little roosters cannot lay eggs, so they kill them after they grow up. They are born only for 2 days. I think if I place a juice blender here and place a little chicken there, we would not dare to press the button to start the blender. However, at hotels or in ships, we crush thousands of eggs. I've been thinking about how many chicks die because of what we do.
Dave has worked at 5-star hotels and Disney cruise ship. The pandemic has influenced Dave, who became a full-time vegetarian cook.
We might feel that it is very difficult to promote vegetarianism in Malaysia. It depends on whether we want to do it. How can we concentrate and how much we're willing to do?
Focus 多少在那一边，还有愿意去付出多少这样子。
To better understand the nutrition of vegetarian food, Dave spent 8 months to complete an online vegetarian cooking course and obtain a diploma. He hopes to continue cooking healthy and delicious vegetarian food.
In Shanxi, Taipei City's Longquan village is a famous tourist site, but due to the lack of environmental education, villagers randomly throw trash around the area. Tzu Chi walked into the community in order to help villagers while establishing a meaningful relationship. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.